Hello and welcome to GPTV on Wednesday the 4th of November. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary PM.
And viewers, you're probably wondering how could this be Wednesday the 4th? Well, Cup Day yesterday, Gary, how'd you go?
Do you think nobody worked that out, that it was Cup Day yesterday?
Do you know, Gary, all of our viewers are switched on, but they do rely on their GPTV dose
They've got to get
on
their
a
weekly
Tuesday.
dose, Philip. Well, the Cup, what a day.
What a day.
What a winner.
How'd you go?
Incredibly
Who
well.
would have thought?
Unfortunately, Philip, not so good, although actually, I can't really say because we're actually pre-recording it. That's the reality of the situation. I've blown the illusion of the cover, Phil.
Gary.
Because I really don't know. I know that last week
we were going to go
Lord
through
Grimm's.
this.
I
Just
know, the whole
pretending-
charade
yeah.
of, wasn't it wonderful? A day
So
of
what day is
colour
it?
and
What day is it, Gary?
Well, it's Wednesday the 4th of November, Philip. Let's talk not about, how was your Cup Day that you're going to have?
My cup runneth over with
right?
goodness, Gary.
Is that right? Really? And how did you spend your Cup Day?
I got up in the morning and I went to the gym and I went out for breakfast, had a late lunch, bit of a snooze in the afternoon.
I actually drank yesterday, tomorrow, out of the cup, the actual 1979 Melbourne Cup. I did. That was nice. Hiberno won it.
How'd you do that?
And I drank it because it was there where I went to a function.
Yesterday or tomorrow?
Both of those days, Philip. It was very nice drinking out of that cup, Philip.
Yep.
And that's about as close as I'll ever get to one, unfortunately,
Right.
because my horses, I'd be lucky to win any cup anywhere.
Yes, we've mentioned it many times on GPTV viewers that Gary does invest in horses.
Yes,
having
invest.
said
He is. Astute investments,
there's been zero return ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, invest in real estate, not horses.
Yes,
They're
an
better.
appreciating asset as opposed to a horse,
now, Phil,
which ultimately goes to the great stable in the sky,
does,
some prematurely.
Yes, some faster than others. Philip, it is all happening. We're right in the mix of it now. Welcome to November. Welcome to November. And
that we can say with certainty and with honesty.
We can say that with integrity, Philip. Welcome to November. And Phil, there's been a number of properties that have sold. There weren't that many that were passed in to start off. But last week we talked about this one apartment in Warnack Road, and I said that it will be sold, and it has been sold. Lo and behold, Philip. So one at 80 Warnack Road was sold for the asking price, Philip, of $220,000. Philip, there's another property that was sold in Moore Street that was passed a little while ago.
This is a little bit of a recap, Gary, about the proproperties that were passed in that
flash
are
them up on the
selling.
screen because it is. Because some people think, well, it's past the end, it's the end of the world, they're never going to get sold. But they all, or most of them,
Viewers,
get sold.
we have about a success rate of about 99.9% across any given year, Gary, and we will never give up. We keep going until the sold sticker goes on the board.
We do.
So whilst an auction might not result in a sold sticker on the day, whether it's 2 days, 2 weeks, or sometimes even 2 months later, the team at Gary Peer & Associates continue to keep doing what needs to be done to get the property sold.
Now, of course, last weekend, Philip, there were no auctions because it was the Derby Day Cup weekend.
No, you can't say there were no auctions.
No, we held no
We
auctions.
didn't have any auctions.
Well, we chose
there were
not to.
some 500 auctions across Melbourne, and
really? Yes.
making me think that next year we should just run auctions.
Making me
This
think
is
we shouldn't,
silly.
Philip. No, it's not silly.
It is silly.
I don't think vendors want to ever have to think, well, maybe we shouldn't have done it that way.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. But Melbourne did go on 500 auctions across the weekend, although the auction clearance rate did slip back again a little bit, Gary.
What to?
Sub 70%. I think
that
it was
right?
67%.
Well, that's the first time it's been that for a while.
Correct.
Without low offerings. But hopefully this weekend it will pick up, Philip, because we have...
How many auctions?
24, Philip. 24 over, I would estimate about 12 suburbs because we're everywhere.
So 2 suburbs, 2 auctions per suburb.
Well, maybe 10 suburbs. That's my guess because I haven't actually added up. But we'll work through it, Philip, and I'd like to review those properties with you now.
Let's do it.
Philip, we start off with in racing terms, a quaddie, which is 4 legs.
Yes.
And at 10:30 we have 4 auctions on Saturday morning. Graham Callan starts us off, Philip, in Acacia Street, Carnegie, and there were 12 suburbs. Had a little sneaky check.
Yep, sneaky check.
My instinct was right.
Little
Tell us
sneaky
about
fact
this.
check.
Little
Well,
sneaky fact
Gary,
check.
1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. That's got a good floor plan, actually. I reckon that's bigger than most and immaculate. Nice investment. I love 1 bedrooms, viewers, as an investment. They just fit into the portfolio so nicely, and they're always very easily saleable, Gary.
Well, you can buy one and get one free at my auction, Philip, because I'm going to be conducting the auction for a 2-bedroom apartment. That is in Lillymuir Road in Ormond, Philip, right in the heart of it at 10:30.
What is that?
Well,
You buy one and get one
you
free.
can just pay a lot for a 1 bedroom and get a 2nd bedroom
That's
free.
the most
Road.
nonsensical thing you've ever said on this show. It's just stupid.
Brilliant.
3 at
You just
25
can't work it out.
Lillymuir Road in Ormond, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Immaculate, in fact, beautifully renovated throughout. And that one has a courtyard. And a courtyard, viewers, is always a great bonus and an addition to any apartment that you buy. Very hard to find a courtyard on the first or second floor, though, isn't it, Gary?
Oh,
They
very
tend to be ground floor apartments.
Mostly, Philip, unless there was a stairs leading down to a courtyard, which sometimes can happen.
Good point. Good point.
Philip,
That's why they pay you the big bucks, Gary.
That's you've got to think outside the square, Philip. And while I'm in Carnegie, which is the territory of Leo Samuel, I'm going to be there with Leon. The reality is we have no territories, Philip. We are
no boundaries.
right across the board.
Go
and for that reason,
Leo
Samuel is popping over to the Bayside area, just Scott Street, Philip. 1 at 38 Scott Street, Elwood. A lovely apartment. This one, a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom.
He did do his apprenticeship in that area. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, beautifully renovated, and again a courtyard garden. That's a really nice apartment.
Well, he's in the Bayside area, which is very much Jeremy Rosen's territory. Jeremy Rosen's is going to be in Melbourne, Philip, and St Kilda Road. We're all over the place.
Gary, this is the Metropolis building, a fine, fabulous building, one of St Kilda Road's best. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 security basement car park, stunning views. That is a magnificent property in a magnificent building.
Now, you're going to be opening your account of your 4 auctions on Saturday shortly, Philip. We'll let you sleep in a little bit because you start at 11:30. But before...
I might go out for breakfast.
Why shouldn't... Well, you can go in Carlisle Street if you want to, Philip, because there's an auction in Carlisle Street, even though you're not doing it. But take us through this wonderful apartment, Phil.
Gary, this is a really good apartment and a really good building. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. And Carlisle Street is one of the hippest strip shopping centres in Melbourne, if not the world.
In the hub and buzz of it all, Philip, as is East St Kilda around the corner. In Elm Grove, this one goes up also at 11:30. However, you are not the auctioneer, Philip. Jeremy Rosens is doing this.
And I might not be the auctioneer, Gary, but I can speak eloquently about it because it's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathrooms, 1 car space, and not a cent to spend. Move straight into that one and get on with life.
You are going to be the auction in Raymond Grove, Philip. That's a good address, isn't it?
It is.
Look at this terrific home.
Gary, a big, bright, buxom house. Can I say that on GPTV?
You can. I've never heard a house described as buxom
but
before.
well, when you look at
when
you look at that house, I think the viewers will understand what I mean.
It's buxom. It's out there, baby.
Well, I mean, it's just standing there so proudly and raised. 4 or 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, a magnificent home, and does sit just beautifully. I like that house a lot.
Well, I've got one of the picks of the crop on Saturday, Phil. I'm going to be in Elstonwick, which I love Elstonwick, and here I am in Riddell Parade auction in this magnificent period home, which was featured on GPTV, of course, last week. I think it was.
Well, it was, Gary. And the viewers might be interested to know that you did live the great majority. In fact, you've lived the great majority of your life
3185
in Elstonwick. Yep. You had a brief sojourn to live in Brighton.
I did, on the beach there,
where you tried to fake it with the Brighton people, but they found you out and they said,
sent me on.
Get back to Elstonwick.
Exactly.
But you were born and bred in Elstonwick.
Indeed.
Now you're living in North Caulfield, and viewers, we're going to have a housewarming party at your place one day. We're going to invite all the viewers of GPTV.
5 years too late, but never mind.
78 Riddell Parade, Elstonwick. That's what we describe as a picture postcard perfect.
It's what we describe at number 70 too, Philip. There's no 78, but go on.
70, okay. 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars. That house is a stunner.
At 12:30, Philip, there's an auction in Estar Road. There is an offer on this at the moment, so it may not go ahead, but if it does, to take us through it.
Well, Gary, Estar Road's a great position, walking distance to the tram in Hawthorne Road and the wonderful Caulfield Park. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Lovely little investment or first home.
I hop and skip and jump
away.
away.
Say 1 bedroom could be an investment or a first home, but there's no reason it can't be your second or third home or your retirement home.
It could well
because
be.
1 bedrooms fit Australia's demographics.
You're thinking very laterally today.
No, I am, Gary.
It's all the racing in the air, Philip. It's giving your mind a bit of a boost. Phil, I'm going to be in Irimple Avenue in St Kilda, auctioning there at 12:30. Take us through this one.
Gary, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, beautifully renovated throughout. Great location there, walking distance to the buzz of not only Carlisle Street, but Ackland Street, Fitzroy Street, and Barclay Street.
Do you remember a song that Jonah Louie sang in the 70s?
I don't even remember Joni Louie,
no,
but I do remember the 70s.
He sang a song called Louise.
Oh, Louise, Louise, I love you, I love you. Louise, Louise, I love you, I love you.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's the
chorus.
We
got it. Take us through this
18A Louise Street in Brighton East, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, Gary. Move straight in, not spend a cent, and single-storey living. Viewers, hard to get as land goes up. Mostly 2-storey townhouses are being built now, Gary.
After that busy Saturday morning, Philip, I'm
in
going to
Louise, I love you, I love you.
I'm going to end up catching up with you, Philip, but not yet, because in Lillamure Road, Mr.
Lillamure.
Jeremy Rosens is going to be
I love the
auctioning.
Lillamure as a name.
It's got a good name, isn't it?
Lillamure.
It rolls off the tongue so
Lillamure,
beautifully. Philip.
Lillamure.
That one's going to be at 1:30. Jeremy Rosens auctions for Daniel Buston.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, Gary, a fine looking building and a beautiful apartment throughout.
Did I say 1:30? I think I did. Phil, I'm going to be meeting up with you at 1:30. The coffee van's going to be here at our home of the week. And here we are, Philip, in Marriage Road in Brighton East, been the same home for the same family for many, many years. They've brought up a lovely family here, Philip, and this one's going to be going under the hammer
Gary,
at 1:30.
not only is it going under the hammer at 1:30, but we are here in Marriage
We
Road
are,
as
Phil.
our house of the week, Gary.
Yeah, take us for a little
Marriage
tour, won't
Road
you?
in the heart of East Brighton. Gary, have a look around this house.
And here
This
you
could
are
be
doing the
as
video
many
tour,
as-
Philip. Don't you look wonderful there?
Thank you very much.
Yep.
As many as 5 or 6 bedrooms, Gary, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking undercover there at the front, some lovely period features, some beautiful entertaining areas. I love the way that inside comes, inside goes out and
it
outside
all faces
comes
north,
in.
Phil.
North-facing rear garden, the #1 aspect in Melbourne.
And how good is this position, Phil? Schools, shops, parks, everything you want, just moments from the door.
Well, Gary, that is everything about Marriage Road in Brighton
It
East.
is. It's a beautiful marriage of all of the features of the area, isn't it, Philip?
Gary, gee, you know what? I think you're very old.
Missed my vacation,
I
haven't
think
I?
you're very old-fashioned. I think you need to get a bit more contemporary. That sort of talk is really stale and old-fashioned.
Is that a
I
dad
find.
joke, as the kids say?
Yeah, it's a dad joke.
We are looking forward to seeing you here with the coffee van, with us and our team, Maxine and Simon and the team at 1:30 Marriage Road, our home of the week, Philip. Featured and appropriately so. However, it's not the end of Saturday for you, Philip. I'm going to be hopping off on Saturday after that. But you, my friend, you've got some more work to do. You're going to be in North Road at number 717 North Road with Judy Zhu.
Gary,
Judy Zhu, a RAIV winner, Philip.
Yes, and she is our Mandarin-speaking star.
One of the agents of the year, as according to the Real Estate Institute of Victoria.
Gary, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking there for as many cars as you can fit. And that would be more than 2,
It's a fleet.
I would have thought.
A fleet of cars.
But that's an immaculate house, Gary, and of course sits on a lovely parcel of land. Move straight into that one, and North Road is a great location.
Now, you're going to be nuts on Sunday because you are doing 7 auctions.
Oh, really?
On Sunday. Really? Now, that's a lot of auctions.
So probably best for me not to go night clubbing on Saturday night, is that what you're
I
saying?
don't think you'll be, you wouldn't want to go to any robust debating session on Sunday night because you won't have much of a voice left, Phil. We are going to flog you hard on Sunday. You're starting off
Flog
in
me
Glen Ira
hard.
Road, as you like it. We're starting off, Philip, in Glen Ira Road. Take us through this wonderful home.
3
off the
bedrooms,
north.
2 bathrooms, 1 lock-up garage, walking distance to Einstein's, Gary. Lovely little development that. It looks as good today as it was when it was first built. It's not that old either, but it's an immaculate property.
That's your 10:30 auction, Phil. At 11:30, you're in Hotham Street in Elstonwick. Take us through this
Well,
beautiful
Gary,
looking home.
technically I'm in Hotham Street, Ripponlea, which is a prestige little suburb, but it does morph into Elstonwick or East St Kilda. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and car parking there for 2 cars. That's a really good property. And we love Ripponlea, Gary.
We do, and I'll be rolling up my sleeves on Sunday morning, 11:30 for my first auction, Philip. I love this development. I remember when it was built. We're getting old, aren't we?
Gary, we
I
are.
built this one in Inkerman Road, 7 at 649 Inkerman Road, Caulfield North. Take us through this
3
wonderful
bedrooms,
home.
2.5 bathrooms, double undercover car parking there, Gary. That is a good development. They've always done well, and I can thoroughly recommend that town residence.
Ashgrove doesn't turn over very often, Philip, but Leo Samuel's getting to sell one of the finer homes in the street. That goes off at 12:30. Take us through this.
Have a look at all of this, Gary. It's a smorgasbord of features.
It is.
4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking, double lock-up garage, swimming pool. That's a big, beautiful family home.
Is it Buxom?
I think we're only going to use that once every
Is that right?
now and then, Gary, because
Fair
that
enough.
might have offended some viewers.
Fair enough, too. I don't know why it would, Phil, but, you know, some viewers do get offended by that
They
sort
do?
of talk.
Now, the public never ceases to amaze me at the offence that they
Yes, I
can
know,
take, Gary.
well.
And I think one
And
day
we're well intended.
we'll do a GPTV.
Our last episode.
No, but we'll do it on all of the things that we've offended viewers over.
We'll string them all together.
Correct.
That's
It's going to
it.
be a very long episode.
Our last one. 2 at 39 Brigg Street. Phil, I'm going to be auctioning that one at 12:30. Take us
Gary,
through
you
it.
will. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking there. That's a good home. And Brigg Street's a great location, walking distance to everywhere, particularly the tram and the shops in Hawthorn Road.
Somewhat of a contemporary masterpiece finds its way to the market, Philip, at 12:30. You're going to be auctioning this one, Hillside Avenue, top address.
Gary, and that's a really good home on a good parcel of land, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, double lock-up garage in immaculate condition, and Hillside, of course, is a fantastic spot.
You're going to be busy with Sally and Darren. From Hillside, you go to Mitchell, another terrific street, sort of in that Golden Mile area.
Well, it is,
I'd like
Gary.
to think of it anyway,
It comes off Dunbar and goes through to Crottenhurst, and that's
beautiful streets.
That's got real street appeal, Gary. And that's a 2-bedroom home, which is a bit deceiving, really, because it could easily be converted to a 3 or even a 4-bedroom family home on a compact parcel of land, 2.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, and that is a very interesting property.
The Emperor of Caulfield, Philip, you are. You're going to be auctioning the Empress of St Kilda East.
I am, Gary.
And that is number 11, Empress
good-looking
Road.
house that is, 4 or 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, double lock-up garage. Empress, walking distance to Carlisle Street because it runs between Balaclava Road, which becomes Carlisle Street, and Inkerman, and that's a great spot.
And you go from there to a period masterpiece, Philip, on a beautiful allotment in Glen Huntly Road, 1032. You're going to meet Leon Guzenfitter and doing this auction at 3:30, getting a long day.
I am, Gary, and that could be a beautiful home to live in, of course, or, of course, a development site, because zoned for greater development than the typical 2 units there. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and a swimming pool. That's a gorgeous house, Gary, but it does have the dual benefit of being a beautiful home or a development site.
You've had your real estate hands all over this one in Balaclava Road, 1 and 1A Balaclava Road, Phil, because you've been very involved, and you're going to close out your Sunday at 4:30. I hope you don't lose your voice, because this is a big one.
Gary, second time I've sold this property, and a shout out to the good doctor who's practiced there and has moved up the road. But this is a great opportunity for somebody to pick up a property that can convert to a house, or a development site, subject to council approval, of course, or, of course, a medical practitioner's, because it has a permit there for 2 doctors, I believe.
Wonderful.
Gary, shout out to those GPTV viewers who are thinking about coming to the market this year, because you've only got about another week or 2 to actually ring us.
Lightning,
We're now booking into the 1st, 2nd and 3rd weekend of December, let alone the fact that we're already heavily booking into February and March of the year 2016.
And even we've even got a listing for June next year now. We're really starting to fill it all up, Phil. It's all happening. So there's plenty of excitement, plenty going on, and
gotta love spring.
We have got some news, some big news. We are going to do it. Stay tuned for next week, because next week we're going to tell you the date.
No idea what you're talking about.
We have got a special cinema experience for GPTV viewers. Of course,
Gary.
So I think we'll reveal it next week.
Shall we go to the usual trouble that we do?
I think we should. What do you think?
I think so, Gary. I better get to the gym.
Wonderful idea. You'll need to, won't you? And I better get to some devious place to start getting my most devious and wicked and evil ideas.
Some grooming for next week, don't you? Yeah.
Well, you need to get a hat on stage.
No, because the special guest from last time when we did this does need to reappear.
Oh, yes, exactly right. We'll have to do a flashback next week.
Correct.
Yes, we're going to have some fun next week, aren't we, on GPTV? Because this week we've got time for his review.
Viewers, we want you to get on board next week, because we do have something special for GPTV
and a gift to you, to our viewers, because it's a special night.
Thank you for watching.
Coming up.
Thank you for putting up with this mindless banter that for some reason you tune into each week, but we love you for it. So we've got a gift coming to you next week. Thank you very much for watching on this.
We'll be back on Tuesday next week.
Cup post-cup day.
Pre-post-cup event day episode.
Thanks for watching. Have a great week.